Hello everyone, welcome to the video, and today we're going to be talking about the new update that just came out for the finals. This is patch notes 1.4, and these patch notes are excellent. I think that for the game's first major update, this is a great sign that we can hope that the devs are actually listening to us. This is giving us hope that it won't fall on deaf ears, all the problems that players are having with the game, and this patch definitely proves it. So we're going to try to go through these quickly, as to not make the video 30 minutes long. Goo Gun. I think Goo in general, they just fixed the issue where you would get stuck in the goo. That's a good thing, because there was nothing more annoying than getting trapped in goo and you have to shoot your way out of it. And I mean, I've literally been killed by that a few times, so, you know, but no one's using the Goo Gun anyway, so I don't know if that matters. Then we have the mesh shield nerf. Health went from 1250 to 1100. That's 150 difference. It's nothing significant, but it will help. Mesh shield is kind of annoying. I think that it should be even lower. I think that it should have went to 1000. Now we have Recon senses buff. This was absolutely unnecessary. I already thought the Recon senses were better than the healing beam in general. This is just going to make them even worse. I'm always going to be running Recon senses now as opposed to the healing beam, and I think that we're going to see a slight meta shift in terms of what a lot of people are using. I think more people are going to be using Recon senses rather than the healing beam, so no more spam heal. But I already thought Recon senses were better than the heal beam as it is, so this just seems unnecessary. Then we have a C4 nerf. I think that the major problem with C4 was just the attachment of it to barrels and throwing it at people, but there is definitely counterplay to it now. And so the damage was reduced. The radius was reduced by 50%. That is a lot. But I don't think a lot of people have really focused on this. I'm not entirely sure. I haven't looked at any videos on the update, but this is significant because now there is counterplay to it, and the multiplier for self damage is 1.3. This is significant because if someone has a nuke, you can shoot the barrel. You shoot the barrel. And that's something that I was doing for a while, and it was the only counterplay to it. But now it might actually kill them if you shoot the barrel. So make sure you guys are shooting the barrel instead of the person. If you can blow it up in their hands, now they're taking even more damage. I'm not sure if it's enough to one shot, but this is significant. This is a big nerf to the nuke meta, and from an interesting direction too. I thought that they were just going to make it so you couldn't attach them to barrels at all, but this is good. This adds counterplay to it while keeping the fun in the game. I think that this is good. Then we have the dome shield, decreased health. I think that that's solid. I think that now the dome shield is just perfectly balanced. 300 is a lot better than 350. These next couple nerfs will also allow us light players to rejoice. I was starting to become a medium player myself, and because there was just so much spam garbage that would kill you in one shot, they fixed mines perfectly. They added an arm time. No more mediums and heavies throwing a mine at your feet while you're trying to kill them and you just blow up. That is gone. 1.6 seconds to arm a mine. That is significant. No more spam. No more throwing them at your feet. No more putting them on doors the second you go through them while you're being chased. No counterplay to that. It was garbage. They fixed it. Good. Also, very important, they made it so lights cannot be one-shot by mines. You will no longer be one-shot by explosive mines on light, which is insane. This is so good. This is such a good change. The damage radius was also reduced, which is also good. And again, mine arming time. RPG, the damage was reduced. You're still getting one shot as a light. I don't think they're going to change that. I think they want it in the game. The minimum damage was reduced as well. Radius reduced by just a little bit, not a lot. Max damage radius was reduced by a lot. I think that's like 75%. I don't know. I haven't done it. I'm bad at math. Don't make fun of me. And I don't know what they mean by dispersion increased. Does that mean it's not going to be as accurate when you shoot it? That doesn't really make a whole lot of sense, but I'm down for any RPG nerf. You won't hear me complain about it. Stun gun range increased. That's good. I feel like the range was absolutely abysmal, and a lot of times when you were in range to use the stun gun, you were in danger of dying to the most broken shotgun. AKM slightly adjusted the recoil pattern. I think they made the recoil a little bit better. I'm not entirely sure. I tested it in the range, and it didn't seem a whole lot different. It seemed like at the top of the pattern, it seemed like there was a little bit less horizontal recoil. Not entirely sure, but that's what I think. Flamethrower fire rate increased. That's not going to do a whole lot. Flamethrower is still not going to be good. LH1 damage increase by 2. I think that this is good. I don't think it changed the LH1 much. I still think the LH1 was good. The 2 damage increase did not change how many bullets it's going to take to kill each enemy type. If they're injured, you might be able to get one less shot off, which could help. I think that this is a small buff, but a good buff. However, I think that the LH1 is now creeping closer to meta, and if they buff it again, it will be the best light weapon in the game. Fix an issue where melee hits don't always connect with enemy players. This is a good change. I felt like I used a dagger one time, and I felt like it just wasn't connecting, even though it should have been. So hopefully they change that. M11, I thought that the M11 was good. They made it a little bit better. I don't think it's anything crazy. It's still solid. Riot shields. Fixed a bug where the shield would block bullets while invisible during interactions, reviving, stealing interactions. I talked about this in my tier list the other day, where it felt like they had a bus in front of them. So it seems like they kind of curbed that a little bit, kind of. Not really. My main problem was the sprinting animation. The shield wouldn't reflect where the hitbox of the actual shield was, and I didn't like that. This is big. So the pellet dispersion was increased. This means that the range is worse, and this also means that it's going to be harder to get max pumps with it. That's significant. It wasn't a lot, to be fair, but it's better than nothing. And they reduced the pellet damage by 1. This is a significant nerf. This weapon is still good. Don't get me wrong, it's still gonna shit on you if you try to push somebody with it, but it's gonna shit on you a lot less. This is a good nerf. I still think that this is probably one of the best weapons in the game. I don't think it's broken anymore. Maybe. It might still be just because of what the heavy class entails, but with the nerfs to the shields and the nerf to this weapon, I think heavy got shafted with this update, which is a good thing, and I think that this is going to be a lot less oppressive now. Still good, though. Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying this is bad, because it just simply isn't. It will still shit on you. Movement. Vaulting. Reduce instances where you unintentionally climb an object outside of the player's view. I don't know of anyone that was really even having that problem. Just look where you're vaulting and you won't have that problem. So, yeah. Fix an issue where players would get stuck without being able to give input. That's big, because that was fucking annoying. And it happened a lot. Various fixes to consistent screens. They need to change that fucking hideous red screen that is offending my eyeballs. That concludes the patches. I think that overall it is a very good day to be a light player, and a not so good day to be a heavy player. But if you're a heavy player, you should already know that you had this coming. And this is a great balancing change. The game listened, the devs listened. This is a beautiful step in the right direction, and I just hope that they can stay consistent and we see more of this. You guys check out the free, it is free, there's a free bundle in the shop, and you can get a little Santa hat with an ornament charm on your gun. Make sure you guys go get that. But that's pretty much it for me today, so thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.